Hi, this is a video experimenting with a booking system for teachers and students, where students can find the bookings, the time slots for bookings for their lessons, and teachers create them for students. So it's done through the time slots. Here I have three screens. One is just entrance screen, the selection one, and another one is for teacher, and the third one is for student. So it's a technical preview, so it's not fancy. First, let me show you how it works from both perspectives. So this is I will log out. First, I will sign up with a teacher account. So here is this screen. So I'm a teacher and I would like to manage my calendar. So in order to allow students to book the lessons, I need to create the time slots, and you see that this screen is divided in three sections. First is the time slot creation part, the second is a time slot list, and the third is a time slot calendar. So in a calendar you can see that I have like 4 time slots available in the calendar for the 21st of September. And here's the list of these time slots with the statuses. So let's create, say, several time slots for 22nd of September. Let's add like 2-hour time slot at 9 a.m. Then let's add, say, 1-hour time slot at 12 p.m. And as an illustration, let's create a time slot like 3 hours tentative time slot at, say, 4 p.m. Tuesday. So you can see that I have more time slots here, and this is available, tentative. So of course, when teacher is adding time slot, there should be some logic implemented that blocks the teacher to add the time slot above the existing one. So probably this way is not the best to add time slot one by one. So again, let's see how it works from the student perspective. I have to log out. And I log in as say John. Okay, let's just sign up. It's easier. It will be Bill with the password. Sign up. Okay, so I have username, have some fake email. So I'm a student, I would like to book a lesson. So this is a fake email, and you see that I'm a student. And there are several ways of booking a lesson. For example, one option is to select the teacher in the calendar. So you see like there are 2 teachers, and you can look at the time slots in the calendar, and you see that you can also access this one, but it's blocked, so it will not be able to you need to set up that it's not shown here. And also I can search for lesson by time. For example, I would like to see which lessons are available tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I said search, and there is a list of lessons which is going to appear. You see that yeah, you see it's not updated. You see that the list contains only 2 time slots from 2 teachers. Or for example, if I want to see what's available on Tuesday at 9, this is just a time slot I've just created with another teacher. So a little bit of explanation how it works from inside. First, from the teacher screen is pretty simple. So there's a time picker, there is a time slot duration input, there is a type of status which you need to select when you create the time slot, you create a time slot in the database. So there's a time slot database which contains of the owner with the status, start date, and end date. So this is a time slot list of all time slots, sorted from newest to oldest, and also filtered by the current user. So we don't want to show to the teacher all the time slot, but only his or her time slots. And time slot calendar is using calendar component. It's again the event that displayed our time slots for the logged in user. Yeah, starting from Monday, and you see that the event start is taken from current time slot start date time, and the event end is taken from current time slot end date time. This is essential. So without these two settings, calendar will not display any dots on the time slots. And for the agenda view, I've added the link to delete time slot screen. Of course, there could be some other options. And as for the students, there's a little hints how the search works. So the thing is that if it's not really possible to quickly to display the filtered list based on the input. So you need to add several filters, and they didn't work out for me. So what I do here, in the user collection, I have two temporary variables for each users. And you see these variables are called TMP lesson start date and TMP lesson end date. So what I'm doing here, when I'm entering the date here and I press the search button, I update these two variables, taking the value from the date time picker, and for the first one, subtracting 5 minutes. So it's counted in days, and I divided by 24 and by 12, so it's like 5 minutes before. And this is the end date, and so I add 5 minutes after. So later on, this list is filtered by, well, all time slots with which are available, so we don't want to display tentative or busy. And the custom filter is added that the start of the time slot is between these actually the values of time picker minus 5 minutes and plus 5 minutes. It didn't work out in another way with temporary time pickers or other filters, so this is, I guess, a good way to display the available slots for the period. And also in a calendar is pretty simple. It's we do the selection of the teacher. It could not be a teacher, it could be a category, for example. And here we display a filter by this selected user email. So of course this could be expanded, and you can select time slot. You can add an action in the agenda view. So you can add an action here to add a booking screen, and then you change the status, and etc., etc. So it's just a basic setup for the booking system. And again, it's technical preview. Thank you.